Yo, that's a nice one.
What's good? What's good? We back for another episode of Ballin for Peace podcast. You already know the vibes, man. Hosted by me, Slim, the announcer, aka the voice of reason. And I got my co-host here today.
Hey. What's up? It's me. I'm Amara Sky. I'm here.
We always got our CEO in the building, Mr. H2O, but we're not important. Our guest is always who's the important person. Today we got a good one in the building. Mr. Moosie Wins is here.
Yes. Thank you for having me.
How you doing, sir?
I'm good. I feel good.
It's great to have you, man. Great to have you on the Ball of Peace podcast. Thanks for pulling up.
Yeah.
So today we're going to do something a little different. It's the 10-year anniversary of Ballin for Peace Celebrity Game.
Mm-hmm.
10 years is crazy, by the way.
Facts.
So everything we're going to do today is on a scale of 1 to 10.
Oh, nice. Like that.
Yeah.
Rock with it. Everybody right in the building, rock with it. So we good.
Yeah.
So we're going to jump right into it. First question is, man, how locked in are you right now on a scale of 1 to 10, and why is it different?
Locked in general?
Yeah, with whatever you got going on.
I would say 7, 8. I would say 7, 8. There's always room for growth.
Okay.
Yeah.
What can make that a 10 though? Like, what aren't you doing, or what is it you that's not doing it? Or is
I mean, I'm hard on myself. I probably could say higher, but I'm giving myself 7, 8, so I can give some space to grow.
Okay.
I could limit my overstimulation with things that don't help me progress, like social media, just speaking to people I just don't need to be speaking to.
that part? There's a lot of people like that.
But I'm saying that when you're locked in, I think those things come naturally. Those boundaries come naturally.
Yeah.
The amount of time you're on your phone. So I could be reading instead of being on my phone. You know, I could be watching certain podcasts or documentaries to feed my brain. I could do that.
Like ours.
Yeah. I mean, if people watch this, if people watch this episode, it's just feeding their brain. Yeah. So I could be doing that. But I mean, I do stack my schedule for the most part. I don't really have a lot of
free time.
Yeah, my free time is my solo time. So, for the most part, I'm pretty locked in.
That's what's up.
On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm not going to keep saying on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you care what people think of you?
10 being they think of me a lot.
You care? Yeah. Do you care about how
10 meaning how much I care
about it?
Do you care about other people's opinions about you?
1 to 10.
1 to 10. How much do I care? Dang, that's tough. Because I think I do care naturally. I think we all seek validation to some extent.
Right.
I say that in one of my recent songs. I know my shit valid, but I still need validation. You know what I mean? So we all seek it. But I also do know who I am. Mm-hmm. So, if any, I don't really push the envelope to convince those of who I am. So I do care, but if somebody thinks outside of what I believe who I am, I don't care. So I only care about I only care when I'm like.
We need a number.
That's a fact. I mean, this game could go quick then. I bet.
I love the explanation.
I'll probably say a 4, 5. Yeah, 5 is about good balance. Yeah.
Slim, I was about to say, do we feel like people lie when they say they don't care what the outside world thinks?
I care. Yeah. I'll tell you straight up. It matters to me.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I really don't care. There's certain things or maybe companies that I care that don't value what we're doing here at Ballin for Peace. But for me personally, like I don't care.
I disagree.
I feel like you.
I don't think he's being honest. You need people to care.
You just said that you care.
Yeah, and what you're doing, you need people to care.
Companies, like a company that
you still care.
You care.
If
you care. I don't even
in the middle way. You still care.
You still care. Y'all can edit that part out because that don't even make no sense.
H2O's but always try to give the most.
Edit that.
Delete all that. My co-host had a question. I care, by the way, a lot.
Did y'all give numbers or that's just for the guests?
I care 11, 12, 13.
I mean, if you want to counteract the question,
I mean, that's what we're doing.
If you want to throw the question back on anybody,
you do that anytime you want.
So, scale 1 to 10, even though he said we wasn't gonna say it anymore. But
Remind me.
yes, just 1 to 10, because we get explanations. How real are you compared to what you show on social media compared to
That's a
how
good
you are
question.
in real
I love
life?
that question.
I like that question. I'm probably like a 9. I think that people are astounded by whatever. I don't try to be cool. For real, I hate when people say, "Oh, you acting too cool." I'm not doing anything. I'm just chilling.
This is me.
So like, I really don't post. I think that all right. I would go down lower because I don't post a lot of my solo moments. So if I only post pictures of me being in certain environments, people think that's every day. And I always tell people, I'm like, well, why would I post when I'm in the crib watering plants? I'm chilling. I'm not going to post when I'm watching Netflix, when I'm not showering till 4. I'm just chilling. Nobody gets that.
I'm not showering
You know what I mean?
till
Those
4.
days where you're just in the crib, just doing nothing. You're not going to post that. So I would give a gap for that. So that's why I would go down to an 8. But other than that, to be honest, I'm way cooler in real life than I am on social media. To be honest,
That's how I feel.
I don't show my person. People say that often. You know, I think you might mention that before. I don't really show my personality on social media as much as I should. Everything is just, I guess, to be cool. I guess.
I feel like there's a part of you that has to kind of keep to yourself to some extent. You can't give everybody everything.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I think that. I don't show my personality as much as I could. That's why I like platforms like this, where we're able to have conversation, get a little bit of the personality instead of me just looking cool.
You still look cool though.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Do we have any more of the 1 to 10s?
Social media wants to know everything about your life.
Yeah.
They want to know everything you're doing throughout your day.
I just don't post. I don't think that you're being dishonest by not posting bad moments. Why am I posting that? I just never.
Right.
I applaud people who have the courage to do that. I guess,
Oh yeah, this definitely.
but if something, I'm not like, if I get a flat tire, I'm not necessarily, but again, it's entertaining because we on the gram scrolling, looking at it too, like, oh, look, you know what I mean? We looking at that, oh man, his lights went out again. Man, that shit crazy, he got to get his shit together. Like, but I don't post those moments. So that it's good and bad because people think everything is perfect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I thought they were supposed to be highlights. Yeah, I thought it's not a low light reel,
Yeah.
No, I think we struggle with that. Like as a company, organization, as a nonprofit, sometimes we look so, and I've said it before, we look so good that we don't like people think we don't need support or help. Like when
We do.
we do. Like and we all do. I think everybody needs help and support, especially now. Where, like we don't know, we at wars, so many things going on. So
the investment really is into if you could get the people we do streaming, not that take it that far with streaming, but if you could really document
100%.
Everybody got body mics and you can afford some production, that's where you could be able to chop up the real moments for people to see how you deal with adversity and how funny you are and when you take things serious. But other than that, you're choosing and picking what you're going to,
what dopeness you want to post. And that's why like we have things like this. We're gonna doing documentaries and podcasts now, and kind of going to that lane of controlling your own media as well too. Before this, me personally, I was going on different shows all over the place, and it's like, man, let's just control our narrative. We have cool people like yourself and everybody else who's going to be coming on this platform and this podcast, and just why not pour into us?
I agree.
So that's why we're doing this right now. And year 10, you gotta take it to another level, and that's one of the things that we're gonna do. Slim, you got anything else right now?
How much pressure are you under right now on a scale of 1 to 10?
That's a great question.
Whenever somebody goes, it was a great question.
Under pressure, because you know what? Before he answered that question, because we struggle with the same thing. We've been grinding for so much. We have really highs, we have some lows. So like, it's pressure. Like you've been doing this for a while. Like, what are you? Yeah, that's a real good one.
Well, I think that was more of a general question, pressure just in general. You said doing it for a while. You're not speaking necessarily about ambitions. You're just talking about
personally. Well, you personally. Yeah. I mean, it could be whatever you want to answer based on, though.
I think that I would say how much pressure do I think that I'm under is different than how much pressure I actually probably am under. So I would say 8, 9, and one would say, why? You are a parent forever. So I think that, I always joke about how, Jalen is grown.
Yeah.
people think it's over. It's not over. If anything, it is on another level. I mean, this sounds very heavy, but it's like, do you know that I'm closer to being a grandfather than anybody, all my friends? Which means that when you think about that,
Wow.
they come to you for, even forget that as entering adulthood, they come to you for everything. Think about when you was in your 20s. You were able to ask your pops anything. Yo, how do I do this? Yo, how do I start this? Yo, can I borrow $5K for this? I need to. You got to be there for everything.
Never
So
asked my pops to borrow
as the
5K.
fun thing of, oh, he became an adult, it's also entering now. You got to be super top dog.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know.
So speaking on your son, speaking on Jalen.
Yeah, I was about to say, 'cause you just said Jalen, so people
yeah.
be like, who's Jalen?
Yeah, people know his son is. You know, a lot of people know. We're gonna go into that a little bit more. But speaking on him, you know, and playing that Rhode Island thing of that nature, a lot of people, you know, you're one of the dads that really dad, right?
Yeah,
like you're dadding for real. So like, and we came up with this offline. People don't really notice, but we're gonna. I want to talk about the award that we're gonna be giving out. That you're gonna be, you know, kind of manning for this 10-year anniversary. So let's dive into that a little bit more.
Well, that's, you know, it's kind of it's so organic. But it's weird because I want the award too, so it's just like.
So yeah, I mean,
No, but I did. Yeah, the first candidate. No, it's
no
about.
idea what it
it's
is.
about honoring fathers.
Oh, that's fine.
I'm giving honoring a couple of fathers who just who've been in it for the long haul, and just obviously there's good fathers everywhere, but just based around Ballin for Peace fathers who have been basketball dads.
That's cool.
And it'll be an adjacent to honoring Horse, who passed last year, who was the same pipeline as H. You know, giving back with his basketball experience and building the youth and doing things for a cause, and you know, so that's what we're kind of doing. And it's always held in June.
Yeah.
Father's Day weekend.
Always Father's Day weekend.
So yeah, that's what we're doing.
And then we're also gonna do a Father's Day brunch as well too. We are. So yeah, we are.
Gonna drink mimosas and stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna do all that.
What about Mother's Day? Come on.
Here we go. See, here we go. Here we go. What
That
about
was crazy
Mother's Day?
unnecessary.
Like dads can't have anything, right?
Y'all get
talking about
35,000 commercials from Mother's Day.
I'm the one girl in here. Am I not allowed to say
have
anything?
girls
I
in
can't
here?
speak
I
for?
mean, you are.
I'm talking about on the podcast. They don't see it.
We talking about June Father's
Right,
Day.
like you are, but that's the issue with
on.
Mother's Day and Father's Day, right? You see how it's like we talk about Father's Day and Mother's Day have to get brought up. Like, well, we
Well,
can
I mean,
just have our
he's
day.
putting something together
What-
for all
so-
the parents that
For
know
Ballin' for
fathers
Peace.
that
For Ballin' for
ball.
Peace.
For Ballin' for Peace.
I ball for peace. Can I get
And
some?
you could do
So-
something for
There's
Mother's
women
Day.
that
We
are part
do,
of it, too.
and so
You
we
could do a Mother's Day event then.
And with Ballin' for Peace, we've done women's panels. We've done a lot for the
you
women as
Don't
well
fold,
too.
don't fold.
Yeah,
Not a
I'm not.
brunch.
I'm not gonna fold at all.
Yeah, we're not
But
folding.
like, so
She's outnumbered.
It's been very intentional. It's been very intentional these last couple of years for Ballin' for Peace to fall on Father's Day weekend. I felt it was a great weekend to have Ballin' for Peace because there's literally nothing for Father's Day weekend. Like
big
there's nothing except for like a picnic or like, you know,
game.
you're
Get
eating or
socks.
like maybe like a softball game or whatever. But like at the end of the day, personally moved the Ballin' for Peace to Father's Day weekend for the last four years now. So you know, at the end of the day, we wanted to do something for Ballin' for Peace during that time, and me being this is before I became a dad. Now I'm a new dad as well too, so I'll be able to actually be actually able to do something on Father's Day that's really important to me as well too. So yeah, that's
Beautiful.
yeah.
Shout out to fathers. We need more. We need more love out here, man.
You see that right away.
You
You're
wouldn't
like,
you wouldn't be a father without us mothers.
Here we go.
oh my goodness.
You know we carried them first, right? But let's move on. Let's move on. I told my
I
daughter
agree
that
with
one day.
that,
She didn't
actually.
believe me.
I strongly agree. I think it's your fault.
We did carry him first.
Carried you first,
Yes,
kid.
yeah, definitely. I'll give it to you.
Had
Y'all,
to go
y'all
somewhere.
put it in us for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, let's talk facts.
Facts is
Y'all
facts.
give it to you. I know when I'm wrong.
Musically, let's change the subject.
I love it.
Musically, you've been one of your best projects. I want to know that person. That's a personal question from me. What's one of your best projects that you've put out to date?
Projects or songs or projects?
Projects.
I mean, I haven't put out a lot of projects, so I would say Don't Kill My Vibe. That was a good project. 2021.
Song wise, top 3.
That's tough. Pillows up there. It's probably number 1. Everything else kind of changes as I continue every year. Here We Go Again is probably top 3. And I like my most recent song, really. This Is Not a Love Song. I like that song.
What about the McLovin song? The McLovin.
All right, dang, you catch me in my first response to that on camera. I mean, it's just crazy.
I feel like that one got a lot of traction.
Yeah, man. On paper, that's my biggest song. I roll my eyes every time I look at the numbers. Okay, oh my God, because that's not my favorite song. I remember when I released that song. I remember when I had a team and everybody was like, "Oh, you should put this song out," and I was like, "Y'all got to be kidding me! That's the cheesiest song I probably recorded." And then it just turned out to be the biggest song that I have, and I literally roll my eyes. Like every time I see it, every week, thousands of streams. I'm like, "Yo, who's listening to this song?" But no, it's not a bad song. It's not a bad song. It's a good song. It's just interesting as an artist. That's not I don't even think it's top 10, but you know.
So is that like a non-spoken thing about artists? Like y'all have songs that you like, you do it, and maybe like the team wants it done or whatever, but you kind of don't like the song.
Yeah, that's always the narrative. But that most of the time the artist knows what they're talking about. But then the one time that it goes the other way, that's what everybody says. See, artists don't listen. It's like most of the time when we say something not good, it's not good. But it is good.
Who are you listening to right now?
What's interesting, I got a couple of. Some production from this producer Kato, and the music sounds like Chris Brown. So literally all day I was listening to Chris Brown, but for that reason, because it just reminded me of certain vibes. So. But in general, who am I listening to? I really haven't been enticed to like. Last time I was excited about a project. When was the last time I was excited about?
I mean, like when you get in the car and you're about to just ride out for like your good hour, 30 minutes. You know, what is your go-to? Like, I can't turn my car on until I put this song on.
Moosie Wins.
You feel me?
Yeah, right. Outside
of you.
Outside of that. I think that the Party Next Door Drake album still has a stain on me. Yeah, I think that whenever I'm just not trying to think about what to play. And I just want to vibe. I just play that.
Code. Yeah,
I just play that.
Underrated artist.
Mine, but I'm PS3. What is it?
No, I'm talking about the Party Next Door and Drake project.
Oh no, I've heard that one, but
yes, P4 was the last one.
Yeah.
That's fine. So you got that coming out. What's next? What's next for Moosie right now? Like,
just more content. I think this is the most consistent I've been with music. Yeah, which has been cool. I mean, I told myself I would do it once Jalen went to college, so I have tons of music, and everybody, all higher ups that I know in the industry, they all say this is 2025, 6 now. They like just release music. There's like don't overthink. So you don't gotta tell me twice. I mean, I released a song last week and it's been really dope, and I'm already asking my circle and ChatGPT sometimes. How long do I have to sit on this record? Because I have more songs and content. That's the goal now, to just do it in real time. So then you just have it in the vault to post when the time comes that you want to post. So you have the moment, but then you got to record to do that. So I have a lot of songs. So anytime I have a moment to record content with a production team or something like that, I do it, and then it's just in the vault. So then when it's time, the song come out, I'm like, got it ready.
What do you feel, we got like couple more questions. What do you feel like you need at this present time to get to where you want to be, and where is that? Where do you want to be right now?
I think that I just want to generate enough revenue that is matched with my level of talent. That'll be fine, which is pretty high.
We like that.
So I don't, if
you do a lot. You're into, the fashion, and you kind of mix fashion with music. And
yeah, I do a lot. I think that with the music, that would be something that I would want. I would reach a place where I would feel like I succeeded. I'm cool naturally. I don't need the glitz and glamour to be cool. Like, I'm just cool. For real, like, I'm not even trying to be funny. People think I'm an artist before I even say anything, and I don't even be doing nothing. I be chilling. They be like, "You do this?" I be like, "I guess, you know that." But the point is, just hit me a few times a year with a placement in a movie or a song that a label wants to buy, as a writer. Hit me with a few $75,000 checks throughout the year for music. and I would be sick. That's good because I do other things.
Yeah, 100%.
So hit me with oh shoot, I didn't know this was coming. That's how I want to feel about music. Oh wow, I forgot that we was getting this check for this, but it's stuff that I love to do.
Yeah,
you know.
Now it's hard when your passion is your purpose, and you just want to, you want to make sure that you're getting something for it. Like I feel like I feel that way all the time when I'm doing events and things of that nature. You just want to be able to do this full time. Like and until then, it's hard to. Some people stop doing it. That's why people don't do it. That's why people don't get to a year 10 because it's like, yo, this ain't making me the bread that I want.
I want to challenge everybody that's in this room today. I'll do it too. To give somebody some words of encouragement because you know it rings off in my mind.
That's hard, man. That's really.
You know it rings off in my mind, and it'd be people that I respect in the industry. People work that label. People I know. They'll hear stuff or they'll DM me or see me and they be like, yo, keep making music, bro. Like don't stop making music, bro. Every time you send me a song, I hear a song. It's way better than that. Like every time, like keep making music. So when I hear those things, that's what plays in my mind. And like, yo, there's so many ways to succeed in this, and you know. Everything is polished. Just keep going. One of them is gonna drop, and everything's gonna be good. Like, just keep making music. So when I get little words of encouragement like that, that's what rings in my head to keep going. You know, especially if you love to do it. You know,
who's somebody that the people don't know that you're kind of cool with, that they're inspiration to you.
Like, what you talking about?
Like somebody that you seen your relationship with certain artists and people like that. Who's somebody that people may not know that you're cool with? That you're cool with. I know who I didn't know you were cool with. Neo.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah. I didn't know you were cool with Neo and like the real relationship.
Yeah, I was probably just about to say that too. Yeah. Neo. I mean, pretty much else you kind of know.
Yeah. Well, not me. People.
I would say in terms of music, people I look up to. I think that my favorite people, which was always interesting to me. I felt like God did it on purpose. I was fans of these people before I met them, and when I was able to develop a relationship with them, in the slightest bit, it was amazing. And that's Mello and Tory. I couldn't believe how those things panned out when I was fans. You know, like, oh wow, look at this angle now. You know what I mean? And of course, those are perks from with Mello. That was perks from being a good dad. So that helped a lot. Yeah. But yeah, I would say and La, I'm still mad cool with La. She's the example I use when people don't text me back.
What do you mean?
Because if I text her, she'll text me back right away. So when people say they're mad busy, that's the example I use. I be like, that's so crazy because I text her right now like, hey, I hope all is well, da, 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 da. And even if she doesn't, she'll respond back like, sorry, Moose, I was filming it, it was good. So when people be like, oh, my fault, I know you hit me 2 weeks ago, I just be like, all right, bro, whatever.
So, well, Punch put up something about that. He's like his famous. No, but he was saying his famous friends hit him back. People who making millions and millions of dollars, but he has a hard time getting a response from somebody who's dead broke. It's the craziest thing. Who he can help make money, and he's like, "How are you that busy that you can't pick up a call from a millionaire?" You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy.
Well,
like, there's no grind in the world. Like.
Yeah, I was about to say, I mean, I could play devil's advocate. Devil's advocate, they busy. Devil's advocate, they busy. You rich, you just like, oh, let me call so-and-so. My phone's ringing. Who's calling me now?
Well, we always end the show with this question. Slim, you want to go into that?
Which one? Because I got another question to ask first.
Oh, okay. All right.
So, cool. 10 seconds on scale of 1 to 10. How important are you to the culture?
Oh, I think I'm very important to the culture. Scale 1 to 10. Is it still 1 to 10? Oh, that's 15.
Yeah, 15.
That's an easy 15. That's an easy 15. I'm being modest. I think that I have. I mean, that's a good question because it allows me to talk my shit before I leave.
Right.
I have sustained a level of cool and discipline and maturation throughout my entire adulthood. Never fallen off. I never don't look good. I'm just keeping it on it. I never not on board about Jalen. I'm never not progressing. There's never nothing new going on. And then there was always a balance. I mean, originally, if you remember, that was before we probably met. Scholar Rich was the original brand. That's the first time I stepped foot in just trying to do being an entrepreneur.
Y'all had a team in West 4th.
Yeah, it was lit. We was lit back then.
Had a lit.
We was branding. We had a team in the Nike circuit. We do events. We fundraisers. But anyway, the idea was just being on both sides. So, you know, I'm also been an educator for 18 years. So, like, on that side, it's like, you know, showing that there's ways to have been educated and, you know, have a job. And, you know, in this flex moment, I had 2 master's degrees by 26. So kudos to everybody who's talked to him.
Guy.
No, I'm really like that.
Talk to him.
Really
I really like that.
guy.
So
Yeah,
and then when I was younger, and Jalen was younger, I was talking about everything now, and I wasn't playing. I said Jalen gonna be nice. You know, Jalen's gonna be nice. I did the math. I was like, well, dang, I had a baby young. All right, well, I'm still gonna be lit by the time he become an adult. I'm still gonna look like this. I'm still gonna be doing this, and here I am. So
Don't brush past the degrees.
Yeah.
No, yeah. But and then just
Congratulations, double master.
so yeah, the influence is there, and then even with, I mean, I said the 18 years. If you think about the amount of students I have, like, you know, who've seen me when I was moving around in my 20s and trying to get it. I'm a young teacher, and I'm like, yeah, I got my son. A lot of them follow me, and they see Jalen now. Jalen was like 4 years old, and I'm like, yeah, y'all got to do this. I'm starting this label. I'm starting the clothing line, and they see things sprout. They like, wow, you know. They look older than me now when I run into them.
Salute to you for that.
Yeah. So yes, 15 out of 10.
With all that said, 15 out of 10.
15.
Yeah.
So last question, how ready are you for Ballin for Peace on the 20th?
First of all, before we get to that, we like to confirm on this show. Are you going to be in the building June 20th?
Are you going to be there?
Oh, yeah. Hey, listen, man, I like to get my confirmations.
I thought he was not going to be.
I thought you asked me a different question. I thought you asked me if I'm playing.
I still like to have video proof to go back to.
He retired after the Jefferson game.
All right, now I might want to play. What you mean? You can't retire me.
No. I'm just saying, just, you know.
Oh, no, there's a lot of chuckles, and I didn't say retire.
Okay. Oh, my bad.
So I didn't know why he said that. So I said I'm not playing. He said, you got to retire. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I might get ready by then.
Okay.
So now that we know that you probably will be there, right? How excited are you on a scale of 1 to 10?
10, because we discussed so many ideas around it, and the fact that we're able to honor Horst, who's my best friend, is just, you know, in the basketball world, everybody's just gonna have their hands into making this 10-year anniversary like probably one of the biggest ones. So I'm excited.
Yep.
Yay.
What does peace mean to you?
Levels.
I mean, peace is there's 2 things of peace. Momentary peace is when you could equilibrium, everything is centered while you're around somebody. That is peace, if you're talking about that type of moment. I was just talking about that. If I can't be with you quiet and be at peace, if I can't just sit next to you, you don't have to say nothing. But I like your presence, but it's still peaceful. If you gotta,
I don't think people understand how important that is.
Well, yeah, fact, but it is very important. And also, see, that goes also with social media. You don't know all of my personality. I'm in my bag sometimes, but then sometimes I just want to chill. I just want to chill. You don't have to tap dance with me. You don't have to make me laugh. You don't have to. You don't have to talk about. Yeah,
nothing. Sit there and be quiet. That's cute.
Right.
Like
just be there.
Be cute.
And then the other, and generally speaking, peace is having freedom of options. That's really the only thing that stresses us out. Don't have options. You got options. You're at peace. Yeah. You want to do this. You want to do. If you can only do this, that's not a peaceful state to be in.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? So having options.
That's a great answer, actually. That's really a great And ladies, just for the record, sometimes just sit there, ladies. I love it. We don't need y'all to talk. Just sit there sometimes.
don't mix those 2 answers together. Like ladies, it means having options is peace. I felt like he was gonna mix the 2 two separate things. Yeah. Well, we're gonna close out how we always do, man. Thanks again, Moosie Wins, for joining us today. Appreciate y'all. Telling your story, man. We appreciate you. Ballin for Peace podcast, hosted by myself, Slim the Announcer, aka the Voice of Reason.
I'm Amara Sky. Just Amara Sky. We'll figure it out.
We gotta get this was good. This was good. I appreciate y'all.
No doubt. June 20th, Queens College, Ballin for Peace, year 10. We here.
Moosie's there.
Yes, yeah, I'm there. I'm playing.
Get it.
He's playing. He's like, you playing. Get him a jersey.
Yo, hit the music. Oh, I forgot. We ain't got no music. We ain't got no music.
I didn't know which way to